Busheni, affectionately called the food basket of Uganda, is home to more than 234,000 people. Ugandans from here pride themselves on farming fields of bananas, tea, coffee and tobacco in the rich soil they have turned for generations. Despite its gains in agriculture, gender-based violence is a major challenge in this district. This violence is associated with poverty, gender, unequal cultural practices, and men carrying more power in terms of the access and the ownership of land. Here, at least 50 cases of violence against women are reported to the sub-county and police each day. In the face of such a patriarchal context, and increasing pressure on young women to abandon their education, to do unpaid care work and take up subordinate roles, the story is one of a remarkable woman who has challenged the way women are perceived in her home, community and religious spaces. Amania Faith Betega is a gender officer who leads the Prevention Plus program in Busheni. Faith works with young people and local leaders, especially religious leaders, to promote gender equality and violence prevention. Prevention Plus is a 5-year multi-country program addressing the root causes of gender-based violence, the social, economic, religious and cultural context that shape attitudes and behavior that lead to violence. Faith is an important ally in this work.
Uganda and this community at large is more of a patriarchal society. There is male dominance, so people still feel that women are a weaker sex, only that our traditions are changing gradually because of education, because of intermarriages, because of exposure, but the inbuilt heart reassures men to be dominant. They know women are a property. Women are mistreated. Girls have to leave school. They are forced to get married because they're a source of income. So in such a situation, the ground for boys and girls is not leveled. In some homes, even when the girl has done well, the father will say, drop out, after all, you will get married, I need girls. Then the boy go. So the situation is not good, but that's why we are approaching different community leaders.
Implementing the Prevention Plus strategy of working closely with religious leaders has been key to shifting attitudes towards gender norms and gender-based violence in Faith's community.
I myself as Faith, I cannot achieve anything. We need key players. That's why we need to go to the church leaders so that when they are doing their day-to-day work, they see how to integrate it. Tomorrow you will see in church a religious leader trying to bring out messages. And once a religious leader has talked, who cannot follow?
There is neither female nor male. They are all equal before the Lord. And so we are actually supposed to be equal. For example, a man is not supposed to bring water from a well to his wife or whatever. But when they see me doing, no one complains. They don't have the guts to tell me. When I'm talking about teaching by example, living the life that I want people to lead, that's exactly what I mean.
You cannot engage men without accessing religious leaders. Women is just a drop, actually less than 1%. So we had now to bring on board religious leaders. Through Prevention Plus, we took them through the package of gender-based violence. We have exposed them to Program P, parenting, and especially My Father's Legacy. We start with ourselves before we move out.
And indeed, by challenging traditional gender norms within her family unit, that is precisely what Faith is doing. Faith's eldest son, Ian, a first-year finance and accounting student at Imbrara University of Science and Technology, can be seen completing his household chores alongside his family. Cooking, cleaning and doing the laundry has not only taught him important lessons in gender equality, but has also enabled him to live independently.
For our case, things are different. So we share all the work together. I can wash utensils, wash clothes, and mop, sweeping, splitting firewood. There's no work for a girl or a boy as long as you're doing it at home.
When I delivered a baby boy, the first statement from my mother-in-law was that, wow, you have started the journey of marriage well. I said, Mama, what is this? Because in my heart, I wanted a baby girl. My mother-in-law wanted a baby boy, 4 girls. I think she felt a shock. So that's why when I produced a boy, she was overjoyed. I told her, Mommy, me, I needed a girl. So from there, I kept sharing, and she told me the disadvantages. She told me, now, for me, when I produced 3 girls, I was not loved. I was put on pressure, and my husband was his first boy. So I told her, Mama, that's how we used to call her. I told her, children are equal. When you give them all opportunities, you harness all their potentials. So it stuck in my mind. When I produced the second born, who was a girl, the third born, a girl, I said, now, if I don't come close to my boy, he will feel great, he will feel the sisters are weak, they will fear him. So being the firstborn, he used to wash plates with me. You know, boys want to help their mothers. So when I produced the girls, I would give them same roles. You clean, you wash. So we started together. So there was no point where he felt withdrawn.
One of Faith's favorite tasks is interacting with the youth of her community. She is a constant fixture at her former high school, Bishop Ogez.
Sometimes a girl may be attacked with a dangerous animal may attack a girl. Right?
And the dangerous animal which cannot attack a boy?
I have no strength to fight against it.
Has no strength. Even when the girl is bigger than the boy, the small boy should graze than the girl.
Like me and him? Like me and him?
Yes.
Now, just tell me what happens. Him and me, who do you think has strength?
What inspired me most is that when my father even died, my mother was able to do it. Because traditionally, people look at women as a weaker sex, women who cannot manage families, women who cannot discipline children, women who are dependent on men. So when I saw our mothers struggle and journey to make us to a level that we reached, I said, now I must tell women early, I must tell girls early, so that they build their esteem to know that whether they are girls, whether they are boys, as long as they have a destination, they have to reach it. So if these young girls feel weaker, feel withdrawn, feel they cannot talk about themselves, feel they want other people to give them a destination, then they won't reach there. So when I'm talking to young girls, I tell them, when my father told me that I would be a strong woman, it made me a strong woman.
In her 8 years serving Bushenyi, Faith has lobbied support to review the local action plan on gender-based violence, advocates for women to access legal support, and pursue development opportunities in the region. With the help of Reproductive Health Uganda and Sonke Gender Justice, she has influenced the budget allocations for gender-based violence, which has increased from 1 million Ugandan shillings to 2 million in order to support necessary gender-based violence prevention.